Have you ever stumbled on something so small, so ordinary, that it changed everything you thought you knew about a person? One nurse did. On an otherwise quiet evening shift, she pulled back a patient's pillow to adjust it and felt a strange, crinkled texture inside. At first, she thought it was just hospital paperwork mistakenly tucked away. But when she slid it out, smoothed the folds, and began to read, her hands started trembling, because what was written in that note didn't just reveal a secret. It exposed a story of betrayal, danger, and a mystery that had been buried for decades. And within 24 hours, everyone in the hospital, from doctors to detectives, would know about it. But the person who wrote that note, they may never have intended for it to be found. This is the story of the hidden message in a pillowcase and the dark truth it dragged into the light. Please comment where you are watching us from, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. St. Holloway's Hospital wasn't a place where secrets usually survived. It was loud, fluorescent lit, with the constant shuffle of nurses, the squeak of carts, the beeping of monitors. Everything, it seemed, was out in the open, but room 412 had a stillness to it. The kind of room people passed a little more quickly, without realizing why. Inside was a man named Walter Greaves, 76 years old, a stroke patient, unable to speak, barely able to move his right side. On the surface, he was just another elderly patient in long-term care. But Walter had one thing that made him unusual. No visitors. No children dropping in with flowers. No spouse reading by the bedside. Not even an old friend stop and say hello. The nurses noticed. They always do. And among them was Anna, a quiet, meticulous nurse with 9 years of experience. She wasn't nosy, but she was observant. And there was something about Walter that felt unsettled. It was a Wednesday evening when it happened. Anna came in to adjust Walter's pillow, noticing how restless he seemed. She lifted it, and that's when she felt it. A stiff, folded piece of paper tucked deep inside the pillowcase. Not the kind of thing hospitals allow for hygiene reasons. She slid it out, unfolded it, and began to read. Her stomach flipped. The note wasn't just a letter. It was a confession. If you are reading this, then I am no longer able to speak the truth aloud. My name is not Walter Greaves. It never was. For 50 years, I have lived under an assumed identity. Because if the people I wronged ever found me, I would be dead. Please, someone must know the truth before I go. Anna froze. She glanced at Walter, lying in the bed, eyes fixed on her. He couldn't move his mouth, but his expression was clear. He knew exactly what she had found. Now, a nurse isn't supposed to meddle in personal affairs. She's there to care for the body, not unravel a patient's past. But Anna couldn't ignore this, because the note didn't stop at a confession. It went further. It named people. It described events. And it hinted at something buried, something that sounded very much like a crime. At first, Anna thought it might be confusing. Delirium, the kind of thing stroke patients sometimes scribble down when their minds wander. But when she looked back at Walter, she realized he wasn't confused at all. He was pleading with her. The note claimed that Walter Greaves was actually a man named Michael Ashford, a name Anna didn't recognize. It said he had once lived in a small town 2 states away. And then in 1973, something happened. Something involving a young girl. Something involving the disappearance of an entire family. And then the note ended abruptly, with 3 words underlined twice. The river knows. Anna felt her chest tighten. What was this? A dying man's fantasy? Or the truth behind an unsolved disappearance? She could have thrown it away, pretended she'd never seen it. But something in her gut told her this mattered. So Anna made a choice that would change everything. She photocopied the note, slipped the original back into the pillow, and on her break, she looked up the name Michael Ashford. It didn't take long. There was, buried in old newspaper archives, the Ashford family disappearance, 1973. A mother, a father, 2 children, vanished without a trace. The only survivor? A son who had never been found. A boy named Michael. Anna's heart pounded. The patient in room 4 12 wasn't just some lonely old man. He might be the missing boy from a 50-year-old mystery. Or worse, he might know what happened to the rest of his family. She went back into the room, trying to act normal, but Walter's eyes followed her every move, silent, unblinking, as if daring her to say something. That night, Anna barely slept, because she knew two things for certain. One, she had stumbled onto something far bigger than her job. And two, if Walter had been hiding this for 50 years, someone else, somewhere, might not want uncovered. The next morning, Anna returned for her shift. But when she entered room 412, her breath caught. The pillow was empty. The note was gone. And Walter Greaves, or Michael Ashford, was lying there with a faint, knowing smile. But here's the part that truly sent chills through her. Tucked into the corner of the bedsheet, half hidden, was another folded slip of paper. This one wasn't addressed to someone. It was addressed to her. And when Anna opened it, the words made her blood run cold. If you keep searching, they'll come for you too. The nurse stood frozen, the note crumpling in her hand. Walter's eyes were locked on hers, almost challenging her to decide what to do next. Was this a warning? A threat? Or a desperate plea from a man haunted by his past? One thing was certain. Whatever secret lay behind the Ashford disappearance, it wasn't to stay buried much longer. But Anna had no idea that by digging deeper, she was about to put her own life in danger. To be continued in part 2. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notification. Thanks for watching.